didn't shove.
What did I do to you?
I'm just getting warmed up, you shit.
You see, meine Dame, we aren't idle here. My men train like that every day.
You'd have 2 warriors. Low. I'm just...
That's in there. What do you...
Oi,
Leave.
now look.
Do you...
Come, you Pulka, the first.
Careful!
Look out. I'll sort you out nicely.
You see, meine Dame? We aren't idle here. My men train like that every day.
Low. I'm just...
That's not in the... What?
Oi,
Leave him.
now look.
Do you...
Come, you pull the...
Excellent, Henry.
Ah, gut gemacht. You have my admiration. You really are good with the sword.
You should receive some kind of...
And what...
I was rearranging our saddlebags, and I remembered I took a small...
Oh,
A hunting crossbow. I was meaning to sell it, but...
my word. I better go and find you.
I saw Zizka next to the stables. There was some...
Do you want to come with us?
Not really. I have a feeling...
Why?
A woman's...
I'd like to...
What do you want?
And this scar? It's strange, crooked, like a letter from a fancy book.
This? I fell off the battlements at Laxenburg Castle.
Lord. What a bath! From the walls! And were you conquering or defending that castle, sir?
How are things, Captain?
What do you think? I've seen better days.
Me?
Just wait until you've been through as...
Nah, don't say that. You still have your strength.
But enough chat. I see Yobsters.
That's why I'm here. I wanted to take Catherine along too, but she said
She's doing the right thing, and you better run ahead and greet...
You want me to go on my own?
So what? You already know him better than I do. A bit odd, I suppose. But you must understand...
All right, then. What about that drop?
No, nobody asked. I'm not surprised. If I... He might.
I'll be going then.
Look out!
Henry. Where's Captain Zizka?
He got held up.
I received a report that von Bergov's banner is flying in the camp of my dear cousin Sigismund, so I assume the negotiations at Trotsky didn't go too smoothly.
No, sir. I don't have good news for you, I'm afraid.
Well, good or bad, I'm sure you have plenty to report. So what happened with von Bergov at Trotsky?
I beg your pardon, Margrave.
Really? I have the opposite, John of Liechtenstein, But there's one thing you're right about. I have a fair idea about... I heard you ended up in von Bergov's dungeon. And judging by the state you didn't reveal any...
Well, they asked questions, yes. But I was counting on that and prepared.
How did you prepare?
I just thought some...
Henry, what you might consider to be a minor detail?
I don't know.
But you said you had time to think?
Well...
I've had better liars than you failed to trick me.
Although it wasn't me who told him, von Bergov did get certain...
What?
About Liechtenstein. That he's in Kuttenberg. I'm really sorry, sir, but...
But you've nothing to be ashamed of. I think it's too much to...
But Lord Liechtenstein... What if they...
John went straight into the lion's den. Thank you for the news. You're free to go if you want. But I would, as soon as it's possible, you can join a legation heading for Rattay. I'm sure you already...
What? Go. I have to rescue Sir Hans.
A noble thought. But you mustn't worry about Lord Capon. I'm sure von Berghoff...
But I made a promise, sir.
I understand, but honestly, Lord, the most sensible course now...
Margrave.
Ah, Captain Zizka. Henry and I were just discussing Lord Capon.
Yeah, the Margrave thinks he's in no danger, and we should wait for a ransom demand.
As one does.
I wanted to talk to you about something else. I suppose you're wondering why your friend Hinnek, also known as the Dry Devil, isn't here?
Oh, there's plenty of gossip going on around the fortress. You and Pisek refused to grant him asylum.
Asylum is for those in distress, Captain. Hinnek came to burn and pillage. I have quite different plans.
And what might those be, Margrave? Sitting and talking while King Wenceslas rots in a dungeon. What would I expect? Not so long ago, you were conspiring with Sigismund against Prokop, your own brother.
It would be futile trying to explain to you the intricacies of the Luxembourg's dynastic politics. Let me just explain that that was what was called for in the situation. But I assure you that I am now acting in the best interests of this country and of King Wenceslas.
You're acting first and foremost in your own interests. Everyone knows that.
Strong words coming from a man who earns his bread by killing merchants on the road. No offense intended. I applaud your art. The pen is mightier than the sword, but there are times when it's vice versa. Enter!
All ready to leave now, sir?
Good. It's high time. I expect the captain was about to leave anyway. Are you not?
With pleasure.
And you, Henry?
Me? Well, sir, I made a promise.
I understand. I won't attempt to keep you here by force. But bear in mind, I have concluded a very fragile truce with Sigismund, which gives us time to get ready. And if anyone should disrupt my plans with headstrong acts of violence, there will be consequences. Grave consequences. I consider this matter closed. Farewell and good luck.
I get the feeling Yopes didn't make a great impression on you. Are we leaving?
Yeah. And Henry's going with us.
Wait, you'll help me find Capon?
Sure. But we'll need people for that. And information. Catherine, I've got a job for you.
Yes?
Go to Kuttenberg. Find out what happened to Liechtenstein. If anyone knows what's going on in his godforsaken country, it'll be him. In the meantime, we'll go and find Dry Devil and his band.
Good luck. I'd go all the way to Rome to spy if it kept me away from the devil.
Let's go! Stay close. The devil doesn't know you, but he should recognize me, even like this. Unless he's too drunk.
What is your plan, anyway? Go from village to village, hamlet to hamlet, until we find him?
That won't be necessary. We just have to visit places where you can get booze.
So all the taverns and dens in the region?
If it comes to that.
I'm up for that.
Don't get your hopes up. We'll have a beer, listen to the local rumor mill, and if we don't find anything, we'll pay up and move on.
Where do we start?
I have heard of a place that's a favored meeting spot of bandits, poachers, and all kinds of scum. If I was looking for the devil, or at least someone who knows something about him, that's where I'd go.
Sounds like a good place to start. And if we find the devil, what then?
If we're really to step on Sigismund's toes, we need capable men. And the devil's capable. Of anything, really.
I'm not sure what the three of us can achieve.
Hinek's not alone. He has the devil's pack.
Who?
That's what his band is called. They're exactly the sort of men we need.
And what do you have in mind when you say step on Sigismund's toes? What about Liechtenstein and Capon?
The same thing we did to von Berghoff. But don't worry. It's going to take a lot of time before we're ready. In the meantime, hopefully Catherine will find out where young Liechtenstein is hiding. If his spy network really lives up to the legend, he'll surely know where they're keeping young Capon.
I hope so. And when he's free, then we can step on Sigismund's toes. I'm sure Lord Capon will be happy to help.
In that case, he'd be better off staying in captivity. So, what do you say? Should we speed up?
Aye. The sooner we get there, the better.
I hope our journey doesn't prove to be in vain. Keep your hand on your hilt, Henry. Around here, you never know what might happen.
I warned you you had it coming, you drunk.
Hang on. I didn't see it. Does feel better when I've had a drink. It's a gift from God.
Either you pay us back our coin, or you can leave your head with us.
You wouldn't get a groschen for an alternative, mine.
You're right about that.
I'd have a use for that turnip. But I can only pay for it with iron.
Shiska?
You turn on your heel and get going. If you value your life. You might have noticed there's more of us than you.
That can be fixed.
Too slow.
Do I have to pull you out of...
It's good to see you too, Shishka.
That doesn't matter.
Huh?
You're looking at all that's left.
I see we have a lot to...
That we do. Henry?
Hiya, lad. And thanks for...
Thanks.
Not that I couldn't...
He would be one of the best archers north of... if he wasn't drunk or...
Shouldn't we leave before someone notices the corpses?
Easy, lad. If we behave ourselves, the innkeeper will just charge us...
There will be plenty of time to get acquainted with the local... We're looking for the devil.
Well, when I said we have a lot to talk about... This is the innkeeper, Dreadlight.
Gentlemen, I won't have this. You're murdering...
They started it.
They've been drinking on credit for half a day.
If you search their pockets and sell their weapons, that should come. And I have a feeling Kubienka here owed them some dice winnings.
I didn't cheat.
Pay him.
All right, then. Here you go.
Ah, I see you are a nobleman and a generous one at... We'll clear away the corpses, pour some sand on the blood, and no one will know what...
That's nice of you.
Nobody will be looking for them anyway. Only the catchpoles would be interested.
Did you hear, Lord Chisk?
Yes, I did. Of course. I'm leaving. Just call if you need...
Who's this devil?
He's an angry, dangerous murderer.
At one time, he was besieging a castle, and when they... I still recall...
I was there. In fact, he kidnapped that hag's grandsons and told her he'd cripple them unless she let him in the...
Ha! Well, I could bet on the way, devil.
Who's this devil?
He's an angry...
One...
I was... In fact...
Ha!
Is it just you?
Let's...
What?
Well, I'm alone here.
Where's everybody?
I'd like to know that too. When the devil was captured...
What? The devil's been captured and...
Who captured it?
How should I know?
Shit, Kubianka, you must know who came after you.
Well, we botched this job in Kuttenberg before we could react. They knocked the devil down and pounded on him like a... Fuck. It pisses me off that we had to leave him there.
How long has it been?
I've been sitting here drinking ever since it happened. So...
A month?
That's the thing. The devil's famous. They want to send his soul to the Lord in a... The devil is a proper bastard.
What are they planning to do?
The devil's got a fat price on his head. He's the most... There are several empty tents in Sigismund's camp, thanks to him. They really want to... They'll take him to their camp outside of...
Who told you that?
When someone owes your dice wager, they say the people of Kuttenberg can't wait.
If they're going to move him, that could be...
He will be watched by a dozen armed guards.
I thought the devil would have at least 10 men. But other than that...
I was going to hire some muscle for help here.
More like I know you. But, can you think of anything else?
Well,
Have you got some?
Well, not on me. But maybe...
Maybe?
Maybe. Surely. If I can remember where we hit them.
What place is...
This narrow gully with a nice curve that back west of here. You can't...
Looks like there's still...
And what about me?
You'll go with Kubianka to get the hand cannons. He may be...
Great. At least...
Don't dilly-dally. And when you have them, keep an eye on him. And don't let him talk...
What would you like?
What do you have? I'd like to discuss...
All right, No deal, then. I'm done haggling with... Ah, well, what can you do? Oh, well, don't whistle here. Nobody wants to hear it.
Good. How did you meet Shiska anyway?
We tried to capture him, but he ambushed and captured us instead.
That sounds like Shiska. But that is how friendships for life are made.
with one of them in jail, while the other mocks them through the bars.
Actually, that's how I met my wife.
You have a wife? Where is she now?
Where could she be? Maybe rotting in the jail. I left her there on our wedding night.
Well, if that's what you say.
Oh, come on, Henry. You must have some fun, even if you are about to hang. Do not frown. It does not suit you.
I'm not frowning. I just didn't think it was funny.
Oh, Lord, another war. You get along with Shishka famously, don't you?
I'll gladly laugh if you said something funny.
Looks like I might have to carve a smile onto your face. Maybe a graceful and mysterious one. Like the Virgin Mary's. What do you say? I'll put my heart into it.
Give it a try.
Ha! Really? Sounds like a challenge.
You nearly got killed just now, yet you're stirring shit again.
Oh, well, I cannot help myself. Life's to be lived, and the body's to go to the grave properly fucked up. So I take it easy. As they say in Latin, carpe diem.
So you're a mercenary, cutthroat, swindler, drunk, and on top of that, a philosopher?
I'm a man of many. You know what.
A man of many debts and drinks.
Oh, come on. You do not even know me. We will get to know each other once we have a drink together. Speaking of which, would you have a drop on you?
No.
Fuck. I never ride out without some supplies. I don't know if I can stand it.
A few more stupid jokes and I'll plug your gob. But it won't be with booze.
You are very lucky to be with Shishka, that you saved me.
I'm starting to regret it.
That's why I like you. We will have so much fun together. I feel it in my bones. But we better pick up our pace. I need to piss. What a relief. I just better not piss on my boots. Or trip over. Oh, almost done. Oh, not done yet. Finally. Away, but he can't take 3 steps in the woods without getting lost. Some people are just made that way. Nothing you can do about it. I mean, if Anna could find the camp, you'll have no problem finding it yourself. Oh, and the hand cannons. They're buried somewhere near the camp. Just a few steps. That much I remember. Maybe by the stream. Or right in it? No, that's not it. Oh, we were drunk, but we're not that stupid. Although, maybe Janos and Edda are. One time, They decided to rob some merchant because we were running out of food and drink. They found one and decided to follow him until he arrived at a suitable place. They followed him almost all the way to Sigismund's camp. So throwing guns in the water actually sounds like them. Let's start here, Henry! Let's start here, Henry! Let's start here, Henry!
What are we gonna do now?
Well, welcome to our camp. It's not much.
Oh, this man.
Hey! You don't...
So where are the cannons?
We hit something down below last time. By the stream. And something is buried.
Don't you remember where you put them?
Well, I have a rough idea.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
One of those places. That's what...
We're gonna dig through half the forest?
Nonsense. I'll walk around. Anyway, we need a shovel.
Which one is that?
The one made of leaves. He was so proud of it until he...
Come on then.
I told you I would find it right away. Now just dig it up and we are done.
Won't you give me a hand? It'll go faster if you help me.
I am helping you. I found you the best place. We were as drunk as fiddlers when we buried them. But this place seems really familiar. Before all that, we had to bury old Lodiel, and we had to fortify ourselves.
I was a fool to think this would be easy.
Sure, I was wrong.
So you're digging the next one?
Listen, lad.
Just tell me you didn't throw those hand cannons.
Of course not.
What about it?
The cannons are not there, but there is something.
We're moving. No stalling.
You have as much fun as watching grass grow. Right. Enough playing around. Dig. Here.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. Just like the last. So this is the grave of poor Lodiel. I was sure we buried him elsewhere.
Ugh. What stench.
Why? He did not smell much better when he was alive. Oh, well. God grant him eternal life and some soap.
What about us?
If Lodiel is here, then I reckon I know where the hand cannons are.